Hey YouTube, RicoKnows here. Going to talk to you guys about the 2024 NFL Draft. You guys know the deal. I am doing an analysis and review on every single player drafted in the 2024 NFL Draft. I've been doing every single team, alphabetical by city. I looked over the chart and I noticed I missed a couple of teams. I'm doing these same videos on TikTok, but I have to re-record them, and I provide a lot more analysis on the YouTube side of the house, so I redo them on YouTube, and then I missed a few teams. But if you want to see them, go to the playlist, find all the different teams, go to the homepage, click the playlist. I think it's 2024 NFL Draft Review and Assessment. So here we are looking at the Indianapolis Colts. Let's get started. In the first round, 15th overall, they go and take Latu, UCLA kid here. Let me tell you guys something. I think before the draft, they knew they wanted Latu. And they did not care who was available when it was time to go. That's great news for Latu, man. That means they love you, okay? When they go into the draft, apparently NFL teams were only valuing offensive players, so they drafted 14 straight offensive players. And here we are at pick 15, and now you got your pick. And you can go and take somebody else. You can go and take anybody. You got your pick. And the first defensive player off the board is Latu. I think it's great. He's an amazing pass rusher. He's got great moves. He's got moves like Jagger. Dude's out there just cutting you up. He looks great. He does everything right. I like the pick. I'm excited for that pick. And then Adonai, however you want to say his first name, Mitchell, wide receiver from Georgia, transferred to Texas this year, proved to be the alpha male in that wide receiver room. They relied on him every time they got to the red zone. He is the guy, and he drops all the way to 52. Now, I don't know if it was because of the smear campaign they did saying he was a type 1 or type 2 diabetic and he doesn't keep his insulin in order and he gets hangry. I'm thinking the Colts spread all that bad news to help him drop in the draft. But this is an insane value at 52 overall. As long as he's not a head case, as long as there's nothing wrong with him character-wise, his talent is exceptional to get at 52. I love the pick. You're getting a nice receiver to go out there and run routes for Anthony Richardson to throw the ball over their heads. Yeah, it's great, man. These receivers are going to get tired of running routes while Anthony Richardson keeps missing them, but it's awesome. I think it's a great pick. Back-to-back A-plus picks for the Colts. You probably couldn't have asked for better selections at this point in the draft. Then in the third round, you go and get Matt Goncalves, the meanest offensive lineman you're going to see. I think he's 6'6". Okay, he's just vicious. He's pit tough. He's got a mean streak, and you got to love it. I like that pick in the third round. Fourth round, you go and get Tanner Bortolini. Some people might not like the pick. I was reading online, some guy said, oh, he's not very strong. He's not very strong. Bruh, he's a center, and he's athletic as hell. You can pull this center. You know how guards pull? You can pull this center. Tanner Bortolini in 2022 started games at guard, center, tackle, and he started a game at tight end, bro. That's right. Your starting center in college at the FBS level started a game at tight end. And it wasn't that long ago. He's so athletic. He does need to keep lifting weights. Don't we all? I am so impressed. And when I knew he was going to be on the map is when Wisconsin hires a new head coach, right? Luke Fickell. And Luke Fickell brings in his own players. Luke Fickell says, we're going to bring our own center in. I want to say it was Renfro, a kid from Cincinnati. They brought in Renfro, and Renfro was supposed to have the inside track on the starting job. He didn't win the starting job. That new coaching staff said, yo, that Bortolini kid's him. I think it's a great pick. I think it's clutch. You probably could have got him in the fifth round. You probably could have got him with the other pick and taken a wide receiver earlier if you wanted to double dip on wide receivers. And they did. They went and got Gold, but I don't think Gold's a wide receiver. Anthony Gold coming out of Oregon State, All-American punt returner 2 years ago. He's really small, about a 170, 5'8", 170. Really small, but he's a punt returner, and he's good. He's a little shifty. Then you get Jalen Carlisle at 151 overall. Jalen Carlisle is one of the better players out there that people don't know about. This is a young man that played linebacker, safety, star, whatever they play. I don't know. They name him something. But he played in the secondary, in the box for Missouri. He was the leading tackler for Missouri last year. And he just looks good, man. He looks good on tape, looks athletic. I want to say he's 6'3", 220. So he's the right size for a linebacker, but he's got coverage skills. He's not a liability in coverage. He belongs on the field. I like him a lot. Jalen Simpson. Hey, Jalen Simpson is, I think he's 6'1". He's a safety out of Auburn. Coming out of high school, he was projected to be a safety, but he initially got on the field as a corner. And then he transitioned to safety. Been playing a long time. What I want to tell you about him is in high school, he played really small ball. Like he played in the Georgia Independent, the GISA. I don't watch GISA football. I only watch GHSA. Don't judge me. But I watch all Georgia high school football, all 400 teams, every single day. And I make videos about it on TikTok. Every single level of football. And shout out to him. He won a state title in GISA, though, in the independent school sports. I don't know what it stands for. I really don't even pay attention to it. But he was a state champ in the high jump. To be a state champ in the high jump at 6'1", he's got to be uber athletic. That's so impressive. I don't know how high he jumped in the high jump, but my twin brother used to high jump 6 feet, and, we're 6 feet tall. If you're 6'1" winning state, I'd hope it's at least 6'6". So I'm impressed by Jalen Simpson all the way around, his athleticism, his development over the years, going from corner to safety, and just really, living up to the hype, if you will. At 201st overall, Micah Abraham, coming out of Marshall. Let me tell you something to you guys. Nobody knew who Micah Abraham was before this draft, except for me. When I went on ESPN and I looked at their best available players, I have a live stream where I did this. You can click on the live tab. And I think I even did it as a video, but I'm pretty sure I did it as a live stream. And I talked about the best available players going into day 2 and day 3. And for the day 3 video, I made it right before day 3 starts of the NFL draft. I said, hey, look, these are all the players. ESPN doesn't even know who they are. Like PJ Jules, an FCS guy. And I said, Micah Abraham. And he's on my chart. I can pull up my chart and show you guys my rankings if I remember where I put them, and they're on the transfer portal list. Let me show you guys something. Don't mean to string out this video too long, but I have my draft rankings for 2024. And if you're looking at these draft rankings, and you guys see it right here, Micah Abraham was my 3rd favorite corner. Favorite. Okay? When it comes to a top 10, he was my number 9 corner. Right behind Elijah Jones. I think both these guys are amazing. Elijah Jones from Boston College. Highly productive corners. And I reviewed both Marshall corners because another kid, he just transferred. I think he transferred to, where'd he go to? Somewhere big. Mississippi State? Where'd he go? Missouri? No, not Missouri. Somewhere like that. He's in the SEC for sure. But my point is Micah Abraham is so amazing. I love him. I think this is an A-plus pick, especially in the 6th round. ESPN did not have him on any of their lists. You know how they have that long chart where they have all of the available players? Not anywhere on the chart or on the list. They had to add him after the draft and pretend like they knew who he was. They literally had to add him. And on TV, all they said was, he's got small arms, small hands. This seems like a reach. They didn't know who he was. They're just making shit up. That's an amazing player. I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for it. Long shot all day. I'm with it. And then Jonah Lalu, I think his first 4 or 5 years, I want to say 5 years because he spent 6 years in college. First 5 years were at Hawaii. This is a kid from Nevada. Goes out Nevada Centennial High School. Then he goes to Hawaii there for 5 years on the defensive line. I know he was the scout team player of the year his first year when he redshirted. I know he played at Hawaii, and then he transferred to Oklahoma for his final year. He never really popped on tape for me. I'm assuming when you're the scout team player of the year, you practice really hard. You go out there and give it your all every single day, even when you're redshirting. I'm impressed with that work ethic and that drive, and then he's been very physically developed. I mean, he's been in college a long time. He came out of high school. His last year of high school was 2017, so we're in 2024. He graduated high school 7 years ago. This is a grown man coming to the team. So it looks like they got some. They reached for a guy who looks like a good practice squad player. He's probably a good teammate in practice. Micah Abraham, probably a long shot to make the team. I'm pulling for him. Jalen Simpson, extremely athletic. Jalen Carlisle's one of those really productive guys in the SEC, leading tackler type dudes. For whatever reason, leading tacklers from Missouri don't get any love. Shout out to Michael Sam. Anthony Gould, a punt returner, probably going to find his value in the special teams. Tanner Bortolini, a backup offensive lineman initially, because he's probably not strong enough to be in the starting lineup, but I love everything about him. Uber athletic as well. Matt Gongalves, start that man. That dude's a beast. Let him go. Let him go beat up people. And then the top 2 A-plus picks. I like the Colts draft. Straight up, I like the Colts draft. Shout out to them. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll keep doing my draft reviews. Hope you guys learn about all these players so you know who's playing on Sunday. And when somebody goes down with an injury, you know the name of the next guy coming in, and it's not a mystery to you. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.